Thank you. Hello, hello. Hello. I hope you all enjoyed your lunch. Well, now I would request all our delegates to kindly take their seat inside the main hall as we are about to start our last session of the day. I request all our delegates to kindly take their seat inside the main hall. We'll start the last session of the day. Okay. Well, in this last session, we have a few presentations. And I'd also like to mention that at the same time, as we proceed with the presentation, we'll also have a hands-on demonstration at the adjacent hall. So in one time, I would request around 30 to 40 delegates to kindly. So yes, it'll be 50 delegates who can, 15? 15, I'm so sorry, it's 15. So yeah, so we'll have 15 delegates who can take a hands-on experience. So that'll be held in the next hall. And here we'll start off with our presentations. For our first presentation of the last session of the day, may I invite Mr. Yogesh Verma, the Chief Engineer, Planning and Design, NF Railway, Ministry of Railways. Sir, can we have you on stage, please? It will be followed by a presentation by the Adani Total Gas Limited.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself from NF Railway. We will present on what are the major projects going on in the northeast region from which are executed by NF Railway. This is our NF Railway map, which covers around 10 states. And this total track length cover is around 6,700. And new lines are coming around 1,249 kilometers. These are the under construction by NF Railway. We are also doing the electrification work in NF Railway, and we have already completed around 726 kilometers, and we are targeting up to March 2024, the full NF Railway portion will be electrified. Some characteristics of NF Railways are that we are constructing maximum number of tunnels in the northeast regions, and the maximum length of tunnel is 10.28 kilometers, which is coming in the Manipur. And we are also have the longest rail bridge, that is in the Bogeybill, and we are also constructing world's largest pier bridge in the Manipur, that is 141 meter from MSL. And we have the longest elephant corridor, 438 kilometers, and the longest strategic lines, around 3,700 kilometers. And we have the GOOM stations at the highest location, highest MSL, 7,407 feet. In the Gati Shakti multi-cargo projects, we have identified around 6 projects. Which one? One is the Jogi Gopa. From the morning, the Jogi Gopa, that Gati Shakti project is also coming, and we have also identified the 6 projects in the northeast regions. One is, 2 are in the Assam, that is Bayhata, Jogi Gopa, Deotola, and Balurghat and Bayhata. And other multimodal projects are also coming. One is in the front of the Bogeyville projects. Now we come to the railway infrastructure major projects which are connecting to the capital city of Northeast. These are the 6 national projects. One is connecting to the Manipur, that is Jiribam Imphal. Another is connecting to the Nagalands. Next is the Bhairvi Sarang project, Sevak Rangpo, and the other is Barnihat Shillong. This is the Jiribam Imphal new projects. It is connecting Jiribam to Imphal, and up to Khongsong we have already done the trial for the running of the goods train, and in the March 22 we will start the train up to Khongsong, and we are targeting to complete this project up to December 23. The other project is Dimapur Kohima. In this project in this year we have already completed up to Sukhoi 16.5 kilometers, and up to March 26 we will complete up to Kohima. Another project is Bhairvi Sarang. In this project we will complete up to March 24, up to 51 kilometers will be completed. Another is a Sevak Rangpo project. It will connect Sikkim, and it is 44 kilometers, and out of 44 kilometers, 39 kilometers is the under tunneling. And we are targeting this project up to 23. Another is Tetalia Barnihat. Up to Barnihat we have already done construction work, and out of 29 kilometers, 21 kilometers we have already completed, and up to March 2023 we will reach up to Barnihat. And in Barnihat Shillong we have some land problem. After land problem we will solve this problem also. We are also working on the international connectivity projects. So that one is that Nepal connecting the Viratnagar, another is 3 in this Bangladesh, Agartala Akhura, Mesasan, Bangladesh Point, and Balurghat Hilly. And another one survey has already started from Imphal to More. After completion of this project, means from More to Mesasan, and Mesasan through Bangladesh, we can run the train up to Calcutta. By this, we can reduce our time to around 40. Now we are taking, suppose, say 44 hours. It will be completed in 16 hours via Bangladesh. And this, after completion of this project, it will be the gateway for the this one Southeast Asia country. See here, Imphal is there. This is Imphal. This is the means connecting projects of Imphal More that will connect Southeast Asia countries. We are also doing the doubling projects. Main doubling projects is from one is the Bogaigaon to Guwahati via Gwalpada, and another is from the Agyathuri. And they both are in the advanced stage, and we are planning to complete up to December 2023, both the projects. We are also working on the safety enhancement and the line capacity by modernizing our railway tracks. For that, a lot of work is going on. One is on the Kavach. Because we have to run our train from 100 to 110, then 110 to 130. For that, we are using latest modern technology. The one is the Kavach with the use of LTE. By this system, we can increase up to speed of 130. And we are also doing the automatic block signaling. By automatic block signaling, our speed will be enhanced to up to 130. And again, it 110 to 160 we will go in future. We are also doing the advanced interlocking, so that from now at present we are working on the system at one station to one station, but by introduction of centralized traffic control and electronic controlling from one station, we can control 30 or 40 stations at a one time. And we are also introducing intermediate block system. By that, we can speed our line capacity. We have also installed the honeybee sound system at the level crossing gate so that we can save the elephants in the elephant corridor, because we have around 430 kilometer our railway track in the elephant zones. And we are also using the modern technology like artificial intelligence and IoT in our railway systems. We are also using AI power monitoring systems for the hill section so that online monitoring can be done and so that prevent the major disaster. This is the first mechanized bridge inspection unit that is installed on the Bogeyville project. By this, we can inspect our bridge in a very minutely way, and we can also do the inspection. This bridge is around 5.1 kilometer long. We are also installing OFC acoustic-based institution system. By this, we can take the signature of the elephant, and by detecting, we can regulate our trains and prevent the death of the elephants. We are also running Rail Kaushal Vikas Yojana. By that, we are training the outsider. We are also running the Kisan Rail so that the villagers can transport their commodities. We have our heritage section, that is Darjan Himalaya Railway. We have also run the Vista Dome services in the Guwahati Badarpur sections, and more trains we are also running. One is running in the Guwahati section, and one is running the New Jalpaiguri Darjeeling section. We are also planning for the Bharat Gaurav scheme. In this, we will run the hospital trains so that we can reach to the remote area and do some service to the nation. We are also planning the world-class station at Kamakhya, and which is connected with the ropeway from the Kamakhya station to the Ma Kamakhya temple to the Kamakhya station to the Ma Kamakhya temple. This is the planning. And for this, NOC has received from the state government, and we are planning this project in the PPP model. In future, I think if it is finalized, then it will be great service to the nation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your presentation. Our next presentation is by Adani Total Gas Limited. The presentation will be made by Mr. Swapna Ranjan Ray, Geographical Area Head. Sir, may we have you on stage, please? After this presentation, we have our next presentation by the GE Gas Power Limited.
Good afternoon, honorable dignitaries, respected delegates, and gentlemen and ladies of this hall, as well people who are connected through the web. Practically, why it is Adani Gas, why it is not Adani Group? First, I'm trying to say that the purpose of this Gati Shakti is basically focused on the pipeline project, as well combination and intersection between a state government, central government policies, as well the convenience process for combined pipeline and availing economical as well efficient and green fuel to the public of India. If you say our presence, so we have very strong presence in the logistics part. We are the largest owner of the this private port as well we are in national highway projects. If we talk about the city gas distribution, we are the largest private group, private company in city gas distribution project. So basically, if we go to the city gas distribution, the basic dominating project for the city gas distribution is the steel pipeline and MDP pipe network. If you come to the Adani Total Gas Limited, it has experience of 8,000 kilometers of pipeline combining in steel and MDP. So with reference to this figure, practically before 2015, if any CGD is there, the gas step-up may be available near to the CGD. But a recent days, after 9th or 10th or 11th CGD, the scenario is a little bit different because gas sourcing may be available or may not be available to the nearest area. So there are laying of more than 50 or say more than 60 kilometers of steel network. As well, the steel network and pipelines required for the distribution of the gas pipe in the city itself. So whenever we are trying to lay gas pipeline in a city, because in a gas sourcing pipeline, if it is offshore, then there is the main constraint is the land acquisition or ROU clearance. But inside the city, the major constraint is the encroachment part. Number two, existing underground pipelines. That may be water pipeline, that may be electrical cables also. We have missed that electrical part under the Gati Shakti, where most of the cities or most of the metropolitan cities now are adopting ST power cable laying through the underground process. Although by Petroleum and Natural Gas Regulatory Board, there are very clear definition for the route nomenclature and the route position for the gas pipeline, water pipeline, as well as ST cables. But practically, it is not happening, where we are requiring state government support and central government supports. Because if we are going to apply for the pipeline, gas pipeline, inside the city, generally it is falling under PWD category. Whenever there is a crossing of the city or there is a gas sourcing of the pipeline, it may be national highway, that may be state highway, or that may be railway. These are the basic hurdles which comes under the pipeline category. Whenever we are applying for that one, there sometime we'll get the permission in the right time. There may be delay in the permission. Delay and timely permission, that is separate thing. The major part is the constraint in the laying of the pipeline. In case of communication cable, although there is a convenient way of horizontal drilling method, in case of gas pipeline, we have to go maximum cases for the open stretches. Even though there is SDD during reaming process, there is 80% chances of damaging of these FO cables. So either it is communication, power, or water or gas. All these are the utilities which is basic need of people of the 21st century, without which we can't sustain. Because this is the basically energy requirement, or you may say the life requirement of any this is the public right of any person in this India. So till date, we have developed some of our system to control, to combine, or to bring all the stations, all the districts of the Adani Total Gas under same roof. Considering the business, we are with Indian Oil in some of the geographical area. The parent company is Adani Total Gas Limited. In joint venture, it is with Indian Oil. Like in West Bengal, in Bardhaman district, we are operating with Indian Oil. There already CNG has been availed to the public. In Odisha, it is Adani Total Gas. In 3 districts, already CNG has been started. If you look at the impact of Gati Shakti, very classic example is there. In Odisha, the locations where we are providing gas, the gas sourcing pipeline has still not reached. Why? Because there may be some constraint of water department, there may be some constraint of railway line, there may be constraint of some forest departments. Because of which we can't provide CNG through the planned pipeline. That's why, although our project is in full fledged, as a committed company to the public, as a commit to the PNGRB, we have started our CNG operation by taking gas through the cascades from 450 kilometers away from Durgapur. The logistic cost comes to around 70 to 75 rupees alone for the gas, apart from the gas purchase cost. But there we have to provide the gas on NH16 so that an ecosystem can be developed, and later on the CNG or PNG can be adopted in the city. So if you come to the geographical presence, now including Indian Oil Adani and Adani alone, including 11 CGD, we have operation in 18 states, 124 districts of India, where we are covering 19 crore of population. It is the largest private CGD company with 52 geographical area, which is spread over the 124 districts. This is the geographical map of Adani Total Gas presence. So we will not invest much more time on this. I am going to the northeast part. In the 11 CGD recently, PNGRB has given LOI for these 15 districts of Assam. So in northeast, after Odisha and West Bengal, in 10 CGD and 9 CGD, in 11 CGD, we have 15 districts of Assam. As northeast is the most prominent state and most promising state from the infrastructure development point of view. So from the starting itself, if this pipeline can be integrated with the NHI plan and with the railway plan as the objective of this Gati Shakti, then very easily this pipeline can be laid, which can be kept securely and safely. So providing pipelines in 15 districts of Assam in this environment of crossing water lines, NHI as well, some utilities, pipeline, water pipeline, as well FO, as all companies will progress rapidly in this infrastructure ground. A combined effort as well, a strong support from the state government and central government will be requiring. The experience point of view, as we have experience of laying 8,000 kilometers, so we can contribute in the issues of Gati Shakti as well inside the practical planning of pipeline laying, because we know at where which can be the major issue from the pipeline. We have also pressure from the PNG, but we can say we have a commitment to the public. Within such month of time, we have to provide natural gas to the people. Whether gas available or we have to arrange gas some LNG based, it does not matter commercially, but it is matter how to develop the ecosystem, how to provide the CNG or PNG to the in the authorized area of our company. So in the same fashion as the Gati Shakti intends to integrity entire pipelines under GIS, we have started our inbuilt GIS system in our GH. In our mature GA like Ahmedabad and Faridabad, this already has been installed. And we are in a process of this Adani Total Gas North Center at our Ahmedabad office, where we can monitor 128 district gas pipelines at a time. As we have a very huge network, 8,000 kilometers, and it is a very safety sensitive part. From the point of view local awareness, as well entering of gas pipeline inside the city, in the city posh areas, there is very chances of incident. Being a committed, society committed company, we have zero incident in our project since 10 years. So we are proud for that also. So in this, with a step for the GIS, what we are doing right now in our new districts, even in 10 CGD, you may say Baleswar or this Bardhaman or you say New Palwal, there we are taking data on every pipeline laid on day one itself, taking from the location of the tie-in joint, considering the geographical area, considering the offset of the pipeline with the central line of the road. All this data has been combined at our head office, and it is incorporated in our GIS so that our north center, it can be monitored as well. In emergency action plan, supports can be provided from them. At the same time, we have a common call center, common emergency response number, which we are mentioning on our warning mat. Wherever we are laying pipeline, as a PNGRB guideline, there are warning mats over the steel pipeline or MDP line. The emergency number has been mentioned there. If anybody calls, it's going to only one number from which the GIS team can track the location and activate the area office so that it can be acknowledged by the company and emergency action plan can be done. Similarly, in other app, that is the My Adani Gas, WhatsApp billing and smart meter, these are the customer concentric part. And it also helps us to get these data from the GIS. In a GIS mapping, we are mapping our pipeline, so we can be easily map the customers side by that pipeline so that the marketing agency can be deployed in that area to get the registrations for the, where we can provide the gas in a committed time. In the GIS, what we have explained, also the central government has the intents of locating the pipeline and the integrity with giving the integrity with the other infrastructure. The additional advantage may be for the one dam, it is the network taking, outage analysis. Suppose gas line punctured at some point, not only we can stop the pipeline, not only we can repair that pipeline, also a customized SMS can be sent to the block of customers in that area so that they can be alert for say 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour gas may not be available. So it should be a surprise message for our customers. So it is a customer delightment which can be taken from this GIS. Then integrating with the SCADA, then planning department, mobility management, network model builder, and the integration with the AMR. Then AMR is the automatic, that is the meter reading part, that is the commercial part. For HSC department, it is the most important part from HSC point of view, where third-party digging call analysis is going on. If anybody is digging at anywhere on the mentioned number of warning mat, if anybody called based upon the analysis, based on the working of the other agency, automatically it will activate the Adani control room so that the concerned engineer and the O&M department can be mobilized at that location for fast action. And in the asset integrity management system, although it is a regulatory guideline, we have enhanced as well, we have strengthened our integrity system as a committed company towards the public safety. So we are, right now actually what is happening in the city area where we have laid our pipeline, we are watching into the petroleum. It is something like we are using marks, if virus come, we can protect us. But we should have focus on the integrity of the pipeline, where it can be restricted, where it can be acknowledged, where it can be aware, public, it implemented through the public awareness, so that pipe could not be ruptured. So for this also, we have started integrity of entire pipeline. Then the second thing, we have installed our own control system. Suppose in new GA, in new CGD, it may be applicable for the Northeast, because in a 15 districts, whenever we are availing CNG or PNG to anybody else, to any public area, there may be, we have to import this gas from far away distance of the gas from gas source point. So that time, from monitoring of SCB movement through the public area, we have an inbuilt control system where our persons are sitting monitoring the overspeeding, starting from the overspeed of the vehicle, then their camera view of the surrounded area. For example, one of our vehicle which is coming from Dugapur to Bhadrak, every week we have around 40 to 50 alert messages from our control room that vehicle is running over 60 kilometers. Vehicle is standing in suppose public market area where driver used to take the food. So there the system has been changed because there is a continuous monitoring of the driver, continue monitoring of the overspeeding, continue monitoring on the geofencing, where the concerned O&M team can follow up with the driver not to stand the vehicle in the public area, as well not to overspeed the vehicle. So it is a control mechanism. With the Gati Shakti, this control mechanism will be more convenient and more convertible also. It will enhance the safety of the public. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your presentation. Our next presentation is by GE Gas Power Limited. The presentation will be made by Mr. Shubhankar Sarkar, Regional Manager, Sales. I'd once again request our presenters to kindly keep it short. And after this presentation, we have 3 more presentations, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Good afternoon, all the delegates. So I'm representing GE. Before I came over here, I don't have any idea about this PM Gati Shakti project, but after I reached here, so I understood the entire concept and initiatives of Government of India. First of all, thanks to taking such an initiative. Our offerings or proposals to chip in with this initiative is like that. We are basically manufacturing the gas turbines. Our GE is a bigger portfolio in India. We have many businesses with the government departments. We are basically providing the power. And our purpose here is that we should have to provide the power at affordable cost, our green power, clean power, and adequate power. The power is not a need now. Power is a necessity nowadays. So with this, I want to show you the GE's presence in India. We are operating with 20,000 employees, more than 110 years of presence in India. We have 17 manufacturing locations all over the India. So our true Make in India initiative, where we are manufacturing everything, starting from steam turbine to gas turbine, transmission, distribution product, everything. It's a one-shop place where you can get all your products. So, we have more than 300 of gas turbines are operating in India. We have a research center in Bangalore. This is the global research center. We are providing the technical know-hows to all the technology owners. So now, what is gas turbine? Gas turbine is nothing burning of fuel inside of a gas turbine in a closed chamber. Use it, expand it in a turbine chamber, rotating a turbine, generating power in a simple cycle, then using the exhaust, generating more power through the steam turbine. This is depicted over here. You can see that. So now we have a multiple product to offer to this initiative or chip in with this initiative. One is that we have a mobile power. This is called a TM2500, which will generate up to a 34 megawatt of power. Then we have a LM power in Northeast. Our presence is there in BCPL. So we have different frames are operating in Northeast, 6B, 6F. 6F are newly commissioned in Assam Power Generation Company Limited in Namrup. So we are not operating anything in Northeast 7E, 9E, 13E, but certainly these GTs are there in India. 9Es are there in IOCL Paradeep, which are generating power for the process requirement of IOCL. Overall, we have a 9F in Northeast. This 9F is there in Tripura. OTPC is the owner of this 9F. GE has provided this GTs with our joint venture. Our technology license is BHL. We provide these GTs through BHL. This is successfully operating since last almost 10 years. We don't have any 9H emissions are there. So what is there? These products are the best-in-class products. These are at GT is a technology. You just see that firing temperature would be around 1,000 to 1,600 degrees centigrade, whereas a normal steel melting point of a steel of 1,400 degrees centigrade. So imagine a firing temperature at 1,000 degree to 1,100 degree to 1,600 degree centigrade and generating a power 100 megawatt, 200 megawatt, 300 megawatt is a technology. So we can offer from 3,400 megawatt to 571 megawatt in a simple cycle. We can generate 57 megawatt to somewhat around 660 megawatt in a one-on-one combined cycle and up to 838 megawatt in the 2-1-1 configuration. These are the configurations of GTs. In India, we are basically generating power up to 363 megawatt, which is there in OTPC and in the western part of India, gas-based thermal power station combined cycle. So, and we are offering the holistic solution to the customer. Most of these things are GTs are modular GTs, and these are the inevitable part of the process industries. Like if you are generating a petrochemical products, GTs is the inevitable part. Power energy guarantee is required. So if you need an energy guarantee, GTs are a part of that. So now we are moving from a earlier 70s design to a now 2020-22 design, which we are increasing the firing temperature from 1090 degrees centigrade to 1600 degrees centigrade, coming up with a new machines, new technology, new metallurgy, where you can go for a more firing temperature. That means we want to use the most of the energy of the fuel. So it's a value for money for the customers. So we generate power most efficiently. The GEGTs are as good as 64% of efficiency, which is a world record, Guinness record. Nobody can match that efficiency. And globally, GEs-GT are more than 50% in India. GTs are there, almost 90% of GT manufactured or licensed by GE. So here we are. Now I come to the point where we are, we have been started. Now renewable growth is not just on paper. This is now real. We are aggressively going for our renewables, where if more renewables, that will be complemented by GT only. Because at this moment, costly battery storage is a dream for us. But GT can provide that support, 24 into round-the-clock power to the beneficiaries, to the commodity, to the industry, everywhere. This power is required. Power is not today's world, power is a necessity, and adequate power is a necessity. It's not a basic need. It's a necessity now. So now, if that is the case, then we need to generate power at dispatchable powers, means low-cost power, flexible power. Whenever power is required, just plug in and operate, generate power. So GTs are there. So our GT efficient to go to a full load within 30 minutes. Means, suppose you are in a shutdown mode, you just switch on, it will be in a full load at 30 minutes in combined cycle. In simple cycle, you can put a GT on base load within 20 minutes. So this is like a plug-in and operate. Suppose in a daytime, you have a lot of sunrises are there, you have a lot of power from the solar. But what about a night time? What about at 6 o'clock? So 6 o'clock, you just plug in this GTs, generate power. So this is why we say that it's a 24/7 power. So, and this is a technology, means no hot start, it's just a cold start. Plug in and operate, you get a power. So this is the similar things, quick start time, fast start, flexible. At part load, you can operate it 50% load, 60% load, 40% load. So from there, you can go to a base load very quickly. And this is the GT's manufacturing at our Belfort factory in France. So I felt that I should have to add one GT, how GT looks like. So this is the GT. Just think, if somebody is generating a 250 megawatt of power, he needs such a small machine to generate a 250 megawatt of power. And this is a 9FA machine which is operating in OTPC here. So this is a technology. Our blades are manufactured in a precision way with a better metallurgy, withstanding temperature, generating power, no shutdown till the time major outage will be there. So we are there. And now we're almost on the last page of my presentation. This is a modular design. Nowadays what we are doing, we are not built power plant at site. We modularize this, manufacturing at shop, supply that, just some plug-in type of job to be done, hookup to be required with the HRSGs, and complete job to be completed. 571 megawatt of power plant can be commissioned in 30 to 34 months from the date of financial closure or NTP date. So this is there, G is there in everywhere. Means if you fly in a flight, G's engine is there. If you take a echocardiography, you are using the G's ECG machine. So whatever, if you are doing a CT scan, everywhere G is there. G is there in the life of every Indian. So we are proud for the initiative of Government of India of Gati Shakti. So we feel that we will be getting an opportunity to supply the equipment. If required, we can do the turnkey projects. If required, we can do the power island. And as I told, we have a very good joint venture company of BHL, where BHL is the licensee owner of G. So if anywhere in this entire program, if you feel you have to avail the G's GT, we are there. So thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our next presentation is by Indradhanush Gas Grid Limited, and it will be presented by Mr. Pankaj Patwari, Chief Project Manager. Sir, may we have you on stage, please?
Very good afternoon to all. I will directly go to my presentation. So, Northeast Gas Grid Project. Northeast Gas Grid Project was conceived in line with Hydrocarbon Vision 2030 for Northeast India, released by MOPNG on 9th February 2016 to supply natural gas covering all 8 states of any region. The objectives of this hydrocarbon vision is to leverage the region hydrocarbon potential, to enhance access to clean fuel to industry, commercial, domestic, households, and transportation, improve availability of petroleum products, and facilitate economic development, and to link common people to the economic activities in this sector. To implement Northeast Gas Grid project, on 28th July 2018, a review agreement was signed by 5 PSUs with equal equity contribution, and a new company called Indradhanush Gas Grid Limited was formed. These promoter companies are IOCL, ONGCL, Oil India, GAIL, and Numaligarh Refinery. And that project was, the foundation stone was laid by our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji on 9th February 2009. That estimated capital cost of this project is 9,265 crore. Already government has approved 60% of VGF, which come around 5,559 crore. That rest fund will be come from equity, that 12% equity from each promoter company. Total, the 12% of total from 5 companies, and rest loan from YDB. That is around 28% of total capex. This total length of this project is around 1,656 kilometers. This project was categorized in 3 phases. First, Guwahati to Numaligarh, that line will go north bank of Brahmaputra, and before Numaligarh, there is a Dergaon to that Dimapur. This is first phase. That second phase, that from Guwahati, that the south bank, there is a place, Panikhaiti. From Panikhaiti to Silchar, then Silchar to Panishagar, then Agartala. And from Panishagar to Aizal, and that Silchar to Banaskandi, and some oil field at Tulamara, and some spar line is there. In the first phase also there is, from Guwahati to Itanagar, that spar line is also there. In the third phase, Dimapur, Kohima, Imphal, and Siliguri to Sikkim. We have already started our construction in the first phase and second phase. April 2021, we have started that first phase, that from Guwahati to Numaligarh line, and last November we have started Silchar to Agartala, that line. We have already completed almost 180 kilometer lowering in first phase to Guwahati to Numaligarh, and that the highlight of that, there are almost 21 kilometer HDD is there, 5 rivers, which width is almost 1 to 2 kilometers, and there are 3 big rivers, which width is 4 kilometers. Plus Brahmaputra, including that Brahmaputra is having around 5.7 kilometer HDD. So total HDD length will be around 21 kilometer, and that all contractor has been already assigned. So in the month of March, that job will start, and we're planning to complete this first phase, Guwahati to Numaligarh, by the end of December 23. So this is the details. Guwahati Numaligarh, total length is 386 kilometers. That line diameter is 24 inch. It covers 9 districts of Assam. Then Guwahati Itanagar, that total distance is 27 kilometers. We have already received forest clearance in Assam and waiting for forest clearance from Arunachal land. So Dimapur, Dergaon Dimapur, the total length is 128 kilometers. That pipe diameter is 12 inch. And that forest clearance also, we are waiting for forest clearance. We have not received yet the first stage 1. Then Guwahati to Silchar, 196 kilometers. That pipeline size is 18 inch. Already order for pipes has already placed. Line contract will be placed by the May 2022, and it will be commissioned in December 2023. Similarly, Silchar, Agartala, I have already told that already we have started our job. That from Silchar to Panishagar, the diameter is 18-inch line, and that length is 112 kilometers, and that Panishagar to Agartala, that line length is 118 kilometers, and diameter is 18 inch. Already 47 kilometers welding has been completed, and almost 2.8 kilometers lowering has also been completed. rest that Panisagar, Aijal, and with that miscellaneous that lines, that is 257 kilometers. So it will also be pipeline order, for pipeline order has been placed, and line contractor will also be finalized by the March of this year. Similarly, Dimapur, Kohima, Imphal, 180 kilometers. Already PMC contractor has been line F. So it will be also finished by December 23. Siliguri, Gangtok, that line distance is 124 kilometers. It will be also finished by December 23. We have already had some agreement with NRL, AGCL, and Tripura Natural Gas Corporation Limited, and Hindustan Oil Exploration Limited. These are the anchor and potential industrial customers. And future expansion, that's Silchar to Imphal, that 250 kilometers. It is under ministry consideration. So Itanagar, Naharlagun, and Bandandua, that 50 kilometers, we have already, for recce job, we have already started. Similarly, Agartala to Bangladesh, there's a 50-kilometer expansion provision is there. Aijal to Sitwe, that Myanmar port, 587 kilometers, there will be future provision. Intervention is required for unified tariff for all customers, commercial customers is required. In GST waiver, in GST regime, that pipeline construction is not covered for input credit benefits. So GST waiver is required for more viable of this project. Then interconnectivity with local gas producers, that ENP operators should connect with our line, and that VAT reduction also required from state government. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Our next presentation is by Numaligarh Refinery Limited. It will be presented by Mr. Bhaskar Jyoti Phukon, Managing Director, NRL. Kindly, sir.
It's not coming. No, somebody's. We'll control this one. No? Very good afternoon. It is a very brief presentation. I hope I will not consume much time, and bail would not be required. I am not very sure whether it will be very relevant to this. Numaligarh Refinery, next slide. Do I have to control it? Or? Yeah, Numaligarh Refinery is embarking on a capacity expansion project. It is a threefold expansion from 3 million ton to 9 million ton. And we also have a window open for future petrochemical production. Most of the refinery for their own survival in future, as fuel will see a destruction because of the advent of either EV or hydrogen, has to migrate to petrochemical production or some smart chemical production in future. NRL cannot be any exception, so they are also trying to have some portfolio for petrochemical production. we are already invested onto a biorefinery project wherein we are trying to convert bamboo into ethanol. That is almost 6 crore liter per year. We have already got a paraffin project up and running. And we are also exporting product to Bangladesh and sporadically also to Myanmar. This is the product portfolio that we will have post-expansion. You may see now we are currently producing around 2.9 million ton of product, which is slated to go up to 8.4 million ton by the year 2024, fag end of 2024. See, one thing that we need to observe is that almost 0.8 million ton product will be solid product. So that will also determine the course of the way we do the logistic. As was mentioned in the morning, that our logistic cost is very, very high. From the day our refinery was commissioned, so we were always stressed that whether refinery will run, what will be the logistic cost like that. Finally, in 2006, we had this pipeline up to Siliguri terminal, wherein we are connected through a almost 600 kilometer pipeline from Numaligarh, owned by Oil India, that gave a big relief to us. Nevertheless, being tucked in one corner of the country because of the logistic constraint, we are having a huge tankage for both product and crude. So that actually put pressure on our balance sheet, and you will always find our inventory carrying cost is very, very high as compared to any other refinery which are not hinterland. So as we have seen, the Gati Shakti initiatives may give some relief to this extent. See, as I have told that we are going to have 0.8 million ton of solid product, we can leverage the waterways to evacuate those products at a very competitive price. We have two options to do that. We have a jetty at a tributary of Brahmaputra called Dhansiri. So which, if we come upstream from NW2, that is Brahmaputra, upstream to Dhansiri, we are almost very close to Numaligarh Tinali, which is on NH 37. Rather, it is a junction of NH 37 and 39. So, but that requires a dredging of a stretch of around 28 kilometers. We have tried to do that. Things are not very easy because once you dredge, actually you have to dump the earth by the side of the river. So there will be local resistance for that. So instead of that, what probably we can do, we will also write to IWAI whether we can have a jetty at a place called Dhansiri Mukh, which is on NW2 itself, and it only requires a new road connectivity of around 6 kilometers. And since the land is not occupied, they can develop a good port facility, and we can offer them a cargo upwards of 0.5 million ton in form of a dry cargo, maybe in container as cargo, mostly petrochemical product, petroleum coke and sulfur to start with. And subsequently, if we can develop some shore tank, we can actually reach our hydrocarbon, that liquid hydrocarbon products also to Dhaka. Dhaka has a riverine port called Narayanganj. So if we can reach Narayanganj, Dhaka has a very good product consumption. Actually, currently the Bangladesh consumes around 4.7 million ton of diesel itself. So which is slated to go up very rapidly because Bangladesh is also developing, and their GDP growth is double digit for many years now. So their per capita income has already crossed that of India, and in future their petroleum demand is likely to be around 7 million, despite their share of petroleum product is slated to come down from 25% currently to around 21% in the year 2030, because they are also embarking on the path of energy transition. Maybe their share of gas will go up as India is also planning. This is what we want to show, that post-expansion, though most of the products are going to Siliguri, from Siliguri we need extended rake loading. The rake loading from the current level of 1.2 million can increase to around 4 million ton. So we will need additional spar for rake loading, maybe 2 of them. We have land enough for 1. Another can come in the railway land, which is being shown in the next slide. So this is where maybe the Gati Shakti association will be there. Apart from Bangladesh, we are also looking very seriously at Myanmar. Myanmar has a province called Sagaing province, which is a 30 lakh population and mostly unserviced. So there is a huge potential there if we can enter into that market, for which, again, in the morning it was told that for the Bangladeshi truck to come over to India, there is a need for a transshipment, because same truck cannot come from Bangladesh right up to Calcutta. Here is the same situation. The trucks which are moving from India to Myanmar has to get transshipped in Tammu. So either we have an installation at Tammu or More, that we can decide. But to have a serious export to Myanmar, at least to the Sagaing province, we need to have a petroleum installation either at More or at Tammu, just across the border. This is what we are planning for. I think I have come to the end of the slide. Thank you. Thank you for the patient hearing.
Thank you, sir, for your presentation. Our last presentation of the day is by Brahmaputra Cracker and Polymer Limited. It will be presented by Mr. Pranjal Sangmai, General Manager, Operations in Charge, BCPL.
A warm good afternoon to all of you. It is the last presentation. I should not engage you too long. I try to do it as per scheduled time. Government officials and senior officials from industry, ladies and gentlemen. And at the outset, I thank the organizer for giving us the opportunity to speak about the BCPL and sharing our thoughts. I think all of you know about the BCPL. So it is the largest petrochemical industry in the northeast India, and it is commissioned in the year 2016, January, and it is dedicated to the nation by Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the year 2016, February. And what our opportunity? Because in the Northeast, I think all of you know about the plastic. Though we are bad for, regarding we are producing plastic, but our requirement is, if you see in the per capita consumption in the Northeast, it is 3.5. And if you consider the Indian average, it is 11.5. And worldwide, it is 21 kg. So we are far behind. And there is a lot of opportunity for us, increasing the production and fulfill the requirement of the market. Of course, once BCPL coming into the market and we are producing the polymer, the mainly polyethylene and polypropylene, we are making polypropylene 60 KTA and polyethylene 220 KTA. And after coming up the BCPL, and if you see the scenario has been changed in the Northeast region, and earlier our industry, if you consider the downstream industry, it is hardly 125. The number is very less, and after BCPL, now it is 225. Downstream industry, lot of industry going up in the not only the Guwahati area, but other part of in Northeast region. And we are also in the doing regular interaction with the industrialist, and so in the Tinsukia also had one in the plastic policies coming up, and it's a government initiative. And it's not only socio-economic benefit of the Northeast region, and one of the important, our food stack, that is we are supplying into the nearby Asian country also, We are regularly supplying it to the Bangladesh. And if you see in the diagram, that we have road connected to the Bangladesh, mainly the Dhaka. One is through the Dauki, that is a 880 kilometer, and another is through Siliguri. And presently we are operating through Siliguri road, and it is a longer distance, 13, 15 kilometers. And the problem is that in the border area, there's a transit time is more. The 3 to 4 days is required in the border area to clearance the formalities. So that is, I think, after the Gati Shakti initiative, then this transit time will be less. And another thing is that in the Dauki border, presently in the Dauki border, we are not operating because it's certain constraint in the Dauki border, and that is just open for your coal and supplying the stone. So, and if you see our product in the first slide, at the top, we are supplying our product to all over India, because almost all states we are covering. So it is only possible because of the improvement of logistic and supply chain management. And we are supplying to, and if you see, a lot of initiative has been taken by Government of India, and after this initiative, now our transit time will reduce. Now it is almost 1 or 2 days, is like less time. And already it's mentioned in my previous speakers regarding that we have a very good connectivity to Myanmar and also Bhutan also. So in future we can explore supplying the material to other Asian countries. And regarding the rail connectivity, so it is required for the BCPL, and we are procuring naphtha. Naphtha is one of the product. That is 40% our product, our raw material is belong to naphtha. So presently we are taking naphtha from IOCL Haldia and your HPCL Vizag. So there are a lot of government initiative in this regard. And if you see that after doubling the line and electrification of electrical, our railway, so now it is taking less time, and also commissioning of the bogeybill, that is helpful for us. And if you see the connectivity, one more connectivity is already exists up to the Pandu, and that is from Haldia port, and this is using the Indo-Bangladesh protocol road. So that is already there. So I think in this month on 16 January, already one consignment has been shifted from Haldia port to Pandu area. So we are constantly discussing with the Indian Water and Port Authority of Kolkata Port, SMPK, so that we can extend it to the Bogeybill or Dibrugarh area. It is not only helpful for the BCPL, but it is going to helpful for all the Northeast industry. So that is already we are taking up. And if you see the current scenario, there is a lot of government initiative has been taken. The one is already all know the GST implementation and e-billing. That is helpful for us. And another thing is that if you see that fast track also implemented. So what will benefit for us, for the industry? And the industrial benefit, it is our own data. It is a 27% transit time reduced because of this government initiative. And not only it is reduced by transit time, but if you see the accident, number of accidents is drastically reduced. And of course, ultimately we get a better realization. This is the connectivity. I think already explained regarding the connectivity already means the Uja Ganga that is connected to the Guwahati, and again Indodonus connecting the all northeast state. And one more thing is already we have 950 kilometer of network in the Upper Assam area, so that we can use that area for our future expansion in the northeast region. This current scenario of BCPL, so our requirement is more than 6 million of natural gas, but currently we are getting only hardly 5 to 6 million. So there is a lot of scope for getting natural gas so that we can process in our setup. That is one thing. Another thing is that we are totally dependent upon the downstream industry also, because in case of some shutdown or some disturbance in the downstream industry, and we have to reduce our production. So that is the drawback today we have. And also one thing is that C2 plus content in the natural gas, that is a bit low. So we are proposing we can explore the thing that if we connect the one more line, and which is connecting the Oil Max and GOM Pro and HOAC Veranta, so that it can connect to our main gas grid, so that in future, sustainability of the VCPL project, not only VCPL, all the downstream industry, including our the fertilizer and all power plant, and including the tea garden. So that will be a very good step if it is coming up. And we are going for the expansion of our unit, and we are putting 2 more units, as a Butene 1 plant and SPG2, and already it is sanctioned by Government of India. That is 385 crore. And this Butene 1, that is we required as a raw material for processing in our downstream industry. And SPG2, we are going for the more value-added product. That is from SPG1 to SPG2, we get more realization after commissioning of the plant. And we are in a constantly task with the LAMAS, which are licensor of our main K-Carb unit. So we are going for 40% increasing our load. But definitely it needs certain the feedstock, the assurance from our industry. And benefit of our expansion plan, definitely domestic natural gas to a value-added product we can produce. And definitely socio-economic of the Northeast region, we are getting more benefit. So thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. And that was the last presentation of the day. So now may I invite Deputy Secretary, Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Shri Anand Jha, to kindly deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected colleagues from Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, members and officials of Petroleum and Natural Gas Regulatory Board, distinguished session speakers, colleagues from oil and gas sector, officials from central government and state governments, industry representatives, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege to have the opportunity to propose a vote of thanks at Gati Shakti Northeastern Zonal Conference. On behalf of the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas and on my own behalf, I extend my heartfelt thanks and gratitude to the dignitaries who have graced today's conference. We have had a truly involved and participative response to this conference. We were honored to have the august presence of Honorable Chief Minister of Assam, Shri Hemant Biswa Sarma, Honorable Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas and Housing and Urban Affairs, Shri Hardeep Singh Puri, Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum and Natural Gas and Labour and Employment, Shri Rameshwar Teli, Shri C.M. Patovari, Honorable Minister of Industries and Transport, Assam, Shri Kesab Mahanta, Honorable Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Assam, Shri V. Kashiso Sangtam, Honorable Minister of Geology and Mining and Soil and Water Conservation, Nagaland, Shri Kunga Nima Lepcha, Honorable Minister of Education, Law and Parliamentary Affairs, Land Revenue, Sikkim, and Shri Manoj Kantidev, Honorable Minister, Industries and Commerce, Tripura, among others in the conference. Their insights provided invaluable guidance for realization of various objectives of PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan for development of infrastructure in the northeastern region of the country. I express my deep gratitude to Shri Pankaj Jain, Secretary MOPNG, whose continuous guidance and support helped us organize this conference. Today, all of us have witnessed thought-provoking discussions on how the PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan will be a game changer in developing Indian infrastructure and logistics with world-class standards, and how the natural gas industry in India stands to benefit from it. I take this opportunity to thank Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, Ministry of Civil Aviation, officials of Adani Total Gas Limited, GE Power Private Limited, and Ministry of Railways for making presentations in today's conference. which provided a context and set the tone for deliberations. I also thank BCPL, IGGL, and Numaligarh Refineries Limited for sharing details about the various aspects related to infrastructure development in the Northeast region. The PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan, which is a digital platform, will bring 16 ministries together for integrated planning and coordinated implementation of infrastructure connectivity projects, and will lend a fresh impetus to the development of northeastern gas grid and ensure pipeline connectivity to all the states of Northeast. The presentation by Baizagan on Gati Shakti portal, along with a demonstration and interaction, gave us an insight into the thought process behind this portal and the massive potential it holds in enabling integration and seamless connectivity for movement of goods, services, and people. We are also extremely thankful to the GAIL and IUCL team for their untiring efforts for organizing this conference. Our special thanks also to our friends from media for the support and cooperation. I once again thank all the distinguished guests, dignitaries, speakers, and delegates who have joined us here and participated wholeheartedly to make this conference a success. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Once again, thank everyone for your presence and for making it a success. Thank you, one. Thank you all. Jai Hind.